I'm not sure about how everyone else feels, but I know that Jupiter feels happy to finally be in Cancer, and this is because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, meaning that the energies flow very well. If you think about traditional astrology, Jupiter is the natural ruler of Pisces, which is another water sign. Now in modern astrology, Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, which is still, I don't know, me personally, I think Sagittarius can be just as emotionally intelligent as water signs, and this is just because they have Jupiter behind them, letting them know, here's some knowledge that you didn't know, expanding their minds and being like, you need to see things from everyone's point of view. At the same time, with Jupiter in Cancer, I think we're going to learn what our inner truth is through the things we experience. We're gaining a lot of wisdom from interactions with people or how they react to us, and this is going to be a detrimental time for growth. During this transit over the next year, we will feel very supportive of our loved ones, but protective over them at the same time, because Cancer is all about home and shared experience and emotions, and so this will be a really crucial time to nourish our relationships, maybe even gain new relationships, whether they're platonic, romantic, business, whatever it is that really helps you grow into the person you are meant to grow into. Jupiter is a planet that tells us about philosophy, beliefs, our higher mind, higher education. And with it in Cancer, it's helping us by making us look at the past, making us look at the beliefs that maybe we've outgrown and learn how to cultivate new ones. Not only will this transit really encourage us to get to know ourselves inside and out, but at the same time, Cancer is a fertile sign. It literally is associated with motherhood and feminine energy. So this is the perfect time for growth and starting over and deciding, you know what, I'm no longer going to be this kind of person, but instead I want to step into this phase of my life. Whatever it is, creatively or spiritually or physically, you can decide now, and Jupiter is going to support that growth. At the same time, though, we may become emotionally overloaded and have some emotional breakdowns just because we are a little bit more sensitive when it comes to our beliefs and the people that we care about and how we enact change in our life. And so with Jupiter in Cancer, we're really going to be forced to break down certain barriers so that we can build new stable ones. On June 15th, Jupiter will square Saturn, and this is like a crisis of faith. We're starting to realize the structures that we've put up are a little bit faulty and they don't really have a stable foundation anymore. There's going to be a lot of inner tension just thinking about our own inner criticism or the way that other people view us, and really trying to create a new space for us to move forward. At the same time, our judgment might be a little bit impaired right now. You got to think that with Jupiter and Cancer and Saturn and Aries and Saturn is really just going to want to push forward and really just start over, But Jupiter and Cancer is going to be like, whoa, hold on, slow down. Let's look at what we did before so that we don't make the same mistakes going forward. So we may want to withdraw into ourselves a little bit, but understand that this period is not going to be forever, because once we come out of it, we're going to know what we want to do next and how we want to change the trajectory of our life next. A few days later, on June 19th, Jupiter will square Neptune, which will bring a lot of disillusionment towards our lives. It's important that we try to eliminate the distractions and the things that are not pushing us forward and instead are kind of holding us back. And so it's really just a test of faith. Do you trust that the universe is going to push you in the right direction? Do you trust that you are on the right path, the right journey? And I think at the same time, we need to learn if we're being too trusting of our inner critic, of the people around us, of the things that we engage with on social media. Are we being too trusting of that information? And are we looking at things for what they are? One last thing I want to mention about Jupiter being squared to Neptune, when it comes to relationships right now, there may be a sense of over-idealization when it comes to your romantic interests. You're going to want to see the best of them. You're going to be like, yeah, they're great. You want to see them for their potential, but it's also really crucial to see people for what they are and not what you want them to be. And so I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Maybe don't make any rash decisions when it comes to your relationships during that time. But Jupiter in Cancer is here to shake shit up, and shake shit up in a good way. So I am excited to see what this transit brings for us over the next year, but so far I've only laid out what June looks like, so we'll see what's to come.